Hey guys, Antikas here. Welcome back to episode 2 of Tekkit Legends. Man, things have changed a little bit around here. I've got oh my lord, it feels like years of updates to give you guys. I tried to hold back, I really did. But let me tell you what happened while we fly and talk. Yeah, you heard me. Oh man. So, when I did episode 1, I did that last Friday. Well, for those of you, basically, I don't know, 5 days ago. So it's been 5 days since I did episode 1. Saturday I finished the episode because we had the map corruption Friday night. Sicken and I were working on the socket stuff with the engineer's toolbox. And I am tired. I'm recording midweek, and I apologize. I'm gonna be so derp, but I need to update you guys because I'm gonna be done the pack by tomorrow. So I'm just kidding. I have a few things we can do, but let me explain the timeline. Saturday evening, I talked to a couple of friends that I used to play Tekkit with, and I said, "Hey, you guys wanna? I'm having fun. Want me to put this up as a server?" They're like, "Yeah, let's play." These are people that I originally met through playing Tekkit 3. By Sunday night, my friends hit red matter in a day. And I hit red matter by Monday. So now it's Wednesday. I'm recording on a Wednesday. By the way, look at this beauty. I borrowed my friend Bray's Swift Wolf's Rendingale ring so I could fly. One of my friends, AJ, who's living in a cave over there, he put in this stone solid thing. I'm like, dude, you can't, don't you dare bridge like that to my territory. So I ripped it out and I put in this freaking low-hanging bridge. I'm like loving it. Like, this is like one of my favorite features. I gotta do more stuff like this. It looks so good. He lit it up there because there's mobs and stuff, or somebody lit it up because there's mobs that spawn, but it's all good. Now, over there, I want to put a skull over here. This is Sicken's Love Shack. I decided to prank him today. So I blocked up the inside of his base with diamond blocks. So we'll see if he suffocates to death the next time he logs in. I'm hoping so. That'll be funny. Yeah, so now, I did kind of go overboard on the EE2. My focus, I was like, oh, I'll just feed myself. But kind of in my mind, thinking that I'm doing a mini-series, I kind of got carried away because I'm using it as a crafting system. Yeah, so I got carried away. So what I'm going to show you guys today, I'm going to show you guys how you could beat Tekkit in 2 days, basically, if you're slow like me. And you're going to show you how to EE2 advance to the build whatever you want stage, which I think is the best part. And we're not done. Just because I could probably have unlimited resources, it doesn't mean we're done, guys. It just means now we're going to have fun playing with other mods that we probably don't need to play with. So, before we get into the build, a couple of plans I have. I showed you the bridge. I showed you Sicken's Love Shack. Sicken's Love Shack leads to the Skelly spawner, but now there's an underground tunnel to it. I did do kind of the same vanilla rig ethos design for Crusher mob system. I did that there. Sicken and I were using bones and bows, especially after one of my friends gave me this Talisman of Repair. Thank you, Nelson. We were using that to feed the, we made one of those Alchemist chests. Let's look at Project E here real fast. I don't know how to type project. I'm going to talk a lot, and then I'm going to have a lot less time for building. Alchemical Chest? Energy Condenser. That's what we made. Not really that hard, right? You take an Alchemical Chest, 4 obsidian, which we had episode 1 with Michelangelo, 4 diamonds, bang, you got it. Anything you throw in, it turns into energy. Then you can say to the Alchemical Chest, I kind of wish I wasn't showing you guys this. You just put whatever you want up here. So we started with gold, just because gold has I think a gold ingot's worth 2,000 EMC. So you can get gold ingots a lot faster in the beginning when you're starting with the low level equivalent exchange. quicker than if you're trying to make diamonds or diamond blocks. The solar farm started out as one single panel, and based on the fact that I was getting quite a bit of EMC early on, which I'll show you guys in a minute, it was pretty simple to collect a lot more RF quickly. I'm going to use this this couple of blocks here just so we can put our socket up here. I made these later. I didn't have them right away. There we go. So what I've done here, all I did was, these guys only produce 5 RF per tick. They're actually pretty crap. However, with a chunk loader, which I have buried in the backyard, in one of these guys, an energy expansion module, you can store 1 million per thing, which is amazing. So I put an energy output on the bottom, like so. Depending on how I was orienting them, like this row here, I wanted the indicators on the outside, and same for this row. So what I did was I made sure, like if I was going to place this one here, I would put the indicator, I guess it doesn't really matter, actually. I could put it there. Oh, yeah, yes. And then I would put, not the Indy. Words are so hard. What is that? Energy expansion socket on the outside. The indicator, I want it to be visible, so I put it on this side, and the solar panel right up here. And as long as you shift click with the wrench, you get the whole socket intact, right? Like so. Now, it has no energy, but it is starting to charge already. So then, I had this originally just hooked up to a machine through a hole in the wall. Kind of crap. But I did that to build the multi-smelter, and with that I was able to make these sweet redstone ingots, I think is what they're called. Let's see here. Sweet. This guy here. Multi-smelter module. 1 sugar, 1 redstone produces 1 ingot, and then you can make this to produce these flux pipes. Makes a few other things too, but effectively all I did was the flux pipe. That's all I've tried so far. This thing here carries 8,000 RF per tick. Oh, I don't want to put there. I don't know how to pickaxe. And I think it stores 8,000 RF in it. So, which is fine. So it might actually, if your battery plant, so to speak, runs dry, there might be a little bit of energy left in the wiring. So yeah, that's basically what I did. Now, before I added this particular panel, this whole array of 5 solar panels has about 10 million. So this will be, well, 10,050,000. So whatever that works to. Or 10,500,000. I can't math. I don't know. Something like that. So this will add a little bit more to it. That is how I solar. Now, all I have that hooked up to, though, is a couple of machines. Because of the way the outputs work on these sockets, this Engineer's Toolbox mod, it's a little bit space consuming in order to get the outputs to work properly. I use Buildcraft pipes here. They auto output as long as there's something attached, like a Buildcraft pipe. I might be able to improve that with logistics pipes once I get there, but so far this is the best I can do. So down here I've got the multi-smelter. So if I put in a redstone there and a sugar here, it'll pump a sweet redstone ingot here. And then up top, I've just got basically a smelter, a regular furnace. So, and I put whatever I want in on that side. I made sure everything's on channel 1. And this is what I learned, machine output, if you set it to channel 3. Do that pretty much for all of your machines. You can't see this one here, but underneath it's channel 3. Machine output inventory is if anything that's smelted will output on that one. That's why I was having that trouble with... in episode 1 where I was having my nether quartz pump out. It was because I had set the output. I didn't set the output inventory. So it was grabbing from all potential inventories and just outputting it. So there you go. Technical stuff out of the way. Now, I did a little bit of prep and I'm going to show you guys how to build Two things. A cobblestone based EMC generator, and then I'm going to show you how to build, well, what you would do with it was go to the Project E based EMC generator so you can get a really good quick start in Tekkit. So 1 diamond, 2 iron, a chest, 2 stone, 1 of each covalent dust. They're a little bit complicated to make. That's wrong button. So sort, inventory, fail. There you go. Thanks, Cobot. Sorry, it's not his fault. I don't know. Project tables and this mod E2 don't seem to be getting along very well, but there you go. That's the thing that we needed. So the Alchemical Chest, once you've made that, is 4 obsidian, 5 diamond. 4 more diamond. Total of 5 diamond. So this is, once you have this, you're set, right? Like, I don't have anything I can throw in it here. Let's throw in some gravel. We're going to lose this, though, because I'm going to break it. I don't think it retains it. You have to tell it what you want it to make. And then, poof. Oh, well, there you go. It made me 1 bread, and it has 56 left over. But once I break it, that 56 is lost. So that's the thing about these guys. Like, you can't move them around, right? Now, what I did... Do I have buckets? I do not have buckets. I need 5 buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, I use it as my AE crafting. I threw all my inventory in there. Everything I could possibly turn into EMC, I threw in. So what you would do... I think that's too powerful a shovel. You dig out a space, ideally. We're only going to make 1 because I'm just kind of showing you as proof of concept. Based on that, I'll probably just put it down there. No. Yes, we'll need that. What you do is you build this rig here. This is the cobble gen that you're going to get with Engineer's Toolbox. So, getting a little bit of room to work underneath it. Slap a socket down. Cobble gen's cool because it doesn't actually require water. And you can increase the efficiency by having lava on each side. So I made 5 of these lava intakes. So you just put 1 on each side that's going to have lava, assuming you have lots of lava. And a machine output on top. And then what you do is you configure each side to be inventory 1. And if you don't do that, it's not going to work. Now, this machine's pretty much... Oh, I did that wrong. Pretty much ready. And this guy here, we're going to set to inventory 1 as well. We'll go get some lava just so I can show you quickly. Although I don't need this. Like where I am now with equivalent exchange 2. Sadly, I don't need this machine anymore. Like it's really not helping. But starting out, this was amazing. I mean, it was still slow going. You know, you have to invest in your EE2 system. Actually, I need that there. You can't just depend on Cobblestone. Like, as soon as you get EMC, make the next tier or next step or whatever. And that should start outputting... Did I have them over here? Yes. Why is it not kicking out the Cobblestone? Maybe you do need it all surrounded? I didn't think you did. Every side is on 1. Oh, it needs a pipe. That's why. Yeah, so right now it's just storing all the cobblestone in the internal buffer that it has. But as soon as you add that pipe, you've got a cobble waterfall. How cool is that? Put one of these chests on it. And you have the beginnings of infinite food. Takes a while. I mean, so when we started, or when I started, I had 1. Once I got up to enough EMC, I used the materials to make another matter condenser. And then I built a second one. And until I had enough EMC to make, you know, the materials to start making these guys, I started out with the energy collectors, the Mk1s. I don't think I'll keep... Hello? Hi. I don't think I'm going to keep this in place, but I built it, so now you've seen how it goes. And you can throw anything in there. It doesn't matter. It will just incinerate it. And just turn it into bread, in my case, which is what I started with. I was hungry, so I made bread. All right, guys, matter condenser basics. I'm not indestructible, and I have to do this in the middle of the night, which is kind of not cool, but that's fine. And I'm probably not going to make the red matter armor because I like the challenge. But here we go. So what you have to do, you need a couple of things here. You need the energy condenser. You need one of these. Antimatter relays. So when you look at this thing, the only side on an antimatter relay no, actually, I think every side of an antimatter relay can accept energy, which is cool because the energy collector will collect energy from sunlight or light and pass it along to this thing. At least that's what I read. Hopefully I'm right. I mean, I know there's this funny graphic on the top, and this guy here is the same. And the collector only collects from the top, but hopefully what I read is correct. So this should produce energy. Also, this should produce energy. Based on this, you can do these flower designs or these sphere designs, and that's what I ended up doing over there. So the alchemical chest, or sorry, the energy condenser can collect energy from all sides. I don't know how to word. So if I do that, nothing, right? Oh, actually, it is producing energy. I hear a zombie. No? Surprisingly, it is actually producing energy. Huh, well, I'll be damned. But this, if I can do it, once I put it on this relay, yeah, you can see the speed picks up quite quickly. Now, the only thing about these Mk1 Energy Collectors is they don't work at night, so it's recommended you put glowstone on them. I read that the Mk3s work night or day. That said, I still have glowstone on them. So apparently the idea here is that once you hit Mk3, you can make this a lot more dense. So you could rig up something with blue power or whatever in between them to you know, build like a stack or a stack of flowers or something like that to just continually make EMC. But yeah, this is the basics. Once you get enough energy, take this stuff out, go back to your transmutation table or your crafting table, and make the MK2s. And that's what I did, and it didn't take very long. It took 2 days. So in a day, I had enough energy to take my Mk1 relays and make a dark matter, which is eternalist coal, and a diamond block, which this stuff here is actually really cheap. This Mobius fuel, alchemical coal, it looks expensive, but it's the philosopher stone and 4 coal to make one of these guys. 4 of those guys makes one of these guys, so it's just a lot of coal. I got it through mining. So you make one of these with some obsidian, poof, you've got yourself an Mk2 relay. And then you have to do something very similar. Here you need a dark matter and glowstone to make an energy collector. So, like, basically, you know, base it on the EMC value, 232,000. I guess the relay is fairly similar. The Mk3s are a lot more expensive. Making the dark matter is the worst part. This part here is relatively cheap. A little bit more for the Mk2 relay, which you'll already have. Red matter is very expensive. And then once you're done, well, this is what you'll have. Now, keep in mind, I just filled Sicken's base up with diamond blocks. And this has been running for 1 day. 1 day. Probably not even 24 hours. And this is how much energy I have. So, 40 million EMC in a day. Cool, because I hate crafting. So now I usually make something once with this pack. I throw it in there. And that's it. Yeah, I made a few more just so you could see how this would work. Throw this out. Can I? Nope. I'm a stupid dirt butt. Hang on. You can see the bread increase. Oop, not that. Exponentially here. It should be good as long as it connects one to each side. And that means you can put a relay on top. And that'll also, you know, put energy into the chest. So, there's our bread machine. I should build a bakery. So, that's it, guys. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I made red matter in what? If I, you know, saying I started on Friday, 3 days, but the guys that I play with did it in less time. They did it in 2 days, really a day and a half for them. So, and I'm just slow. So, now, all that said, this pack is way more about red matter or Project E. There's a lot of cool mods in here. We're going to explore them, as many as I can. I still need to figure out computer craft. I did make a turtle. I called him the Shredder, and he eats the world around him. And he's way cooler than Michelangelo, but I don't know. It doesn't work great. I'll probably have to write my own program. I found a really cool one, but it didn't work at all. So we're going to continue to play with a few mods. If you guys have suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. We can see if we can build some cool rigs, blue power, all kinds of cool stuff that we can mess around with. I think another one I want to get into is big reactors with the Zeta Industries batteries. That'd be fun. Yeah, so anyway, give me your ideas, and we'll take it from there. See you guys next time. Bye, everybody.